Hi clowns! Today is Thursday, May 7th, 2020, and we're going to continue today talking about the frogs in the pond, just like we've been learning about all week. So I've got 4 things for us to do today. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to learn the Spanish and sign language for duck. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about some rhyming words. All right, we're going to talk about rhyming the words frog and fish. So start thinking about some rhyming words for us. The third thing we're going to do is I'm going to read a little bit of Dr. Seuss's One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, and continue to talk about those rhyming words that we can find. And the last thing we're going to do, the fourth thing, is we're going to talk about a graph about the pond. All right, so the first thing is duck, right? So in Spanish, duck is pato or pata, depending if it's a boy duck or a girl duck. So a boy duck is pato, and a girl duck is pata. So everybody say pata. Great job, pata. All right, and then the sign language for duck looks like this. So you're just gonna make your hand and you're gonna curve it, so your thumb's underneath, and you're gonna put it next to your mouth and just go up and down like a duck's beak, right? And that is the sign language for duck. All right, so Spanish for duck is pata or pato if it's a boy, and the sign for duck looks like this. Great job. All right, moving on to our rhyming words. So the first word I said we're going to rhyme with is frog. And remember, when we're talking about rhyming words, we're talking about the ending sounds. So the ending sound in frog is the og sound. So we want to find other words that rhyme with frog. And I made us this handy little wheel to look at. So if you look at the first ones I have is frog. So there's the first letters F and R, frog, og at the end. So if we think of another word that rhymes with frog, I'm going to spin this. Who can tell me what letter this is? Oh, there it goes, got it lined up. That's the letter B, and B sounds like b, b, b. So when you put those together, we get b-og or bog. And a bog is kind of like another swamp or pond kind of area, a bog. All right, I'm going to spin it again, and what letter do we get this time? An L. An L sounds like l, l, l. So when we put it together, we get l-og or log. All right, we're gonna spin again. And that is the letter C. And C sounds like k, k, k. Great job. And we put them together, k-og. Makes one big word, cog. And a cog is kind of like a gear or a wheel that has like spokes on the end. So when you're trying to get something to work and rotate, they all stick together and they spin, and that's how some machines move and work. So that's a cog. And the last one that I have is the letter H, and that sounds like h, h, h. And when we put that together, og, we get hog. And a hog is another word for a pig. All right, so those are some words that I found that rhyme with frog. And if you can think of any more, maybe you can write them down or try and remember them for Friday, for tomorrow, for our Zoom meeting, or you can comment them in the comments of this video. But I do have another word for us to rhyme as well. I have the word fish, and I made us another wheel. So here we go. We have f, and then ish is the ending. So fish. And we want to rhyme the ish sound. So I'm going to spin my wheel, and the next letter I get is a a W. And we put it together and we get wish. All right. If I spin my wheel again, the next letter I have is a D. And what sound does a D make? D, d, d. Great job. And we put it together, we get d-ish. We get dish. All right. The next two that I have are a little more tricky. So there's a couple letters that go in front. So that first letter is a what? An S. And that says S. And then we talked a little bit before that Q and U next to each other, they make a qua, qua, qua sound. So put that together, we get s, qua, and then ish. And all together we get squish, right? Like you're squishing a bug or squishing something. And then the last one that I have, there's that S again, s. And the one we already talked about is a W. So put them together, s, ish. So we get swish. Like if you're shooting a basketball, swish into the net. All right, so those are some rhyming words that I came up that rhyme with fish? And again, if you can think of any more, you can add them to the comments or remember them for tomorrow for our Zoom meeting. All right, so piggybacking off of our rhyme words and our pond life, right? We're going to read a couple pages out of Dr. Seuss's One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. And we're going to pick out some rhyming words that we can find in here because Dr. Seuss is all about rhyming words, which is great. All right. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Black fish, blue fish, old fish, new fish. This one has a little star. This one has a little car. Say, what a lot of fish there are. So think about that second page that I read. I heard the word star. What other words did you hear that rhyme with star? I heard car and R, right? Star, car, and R all rhyme because they all have that ending R sound. Great job. Here are some who like to run. They run for fun in the hot, hot sun. Oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my, what a lot of funny things go by. All right, so the first rhyming word I heard on this page was run. What words did you hear that rhyme with run? I heard the word sun, fun, and I think that was it, right? Run, fun, and sun all have that same ending sound, so they all rhyme. Good. Bump, bump, bump. Did you ever ride a wump? We have a wump with just one hump. We know a man called Mr. Gump. Mr. Gump has a 7-hump wump. So, if you like to go bump, bump, just ride on the hump of the wump of Gump. All right, see if you can pick out any words that rhyme with bump on my page. Bump, what ends in that ump sound. Great job. My hat is old, my teeth are gold. I have a bird I like to hold. My shoe is off, my foot is cold. My shoe is off, my foot is cold. I have a bird I like to hold. My hat is old, my teeth are gold. And now my story is all told. Lots of rhyming words. What did we rhyme with old on that page? I heard gold, hold, told, old. Anything else? Cold, right? His foot was cold. All end in that old sound. This one, I think, is called a yink. He likes to wink. He likes to drink. He likes to drink and drink and drink. The thing he likes to drink is ink. The ink he likes to drink is pink. He likes to wink and drink pink ink. So, if you have a lot of ink, then you should get a yink, I think. Oh boy. What are some of the words that you heard that rhymed with yink or ink, right? They ended in that ink sound. I heard yink, drink, pink, ink, think. Lots of rhyming words. And now, good night. It is time to sleep. So we will sleep with our pet Zeep. Today is gone. Today was fun. Tomorrow is another one. From here to there. Yeah, every day from here to there. Funny things are everywhere. And there are a couple different pairs of rhyming words on those 2 pages. See if you can name one of them. What's one of the pairs of rhyming words that you heard on these pages? All right, I heard sleep and Zeep. And I heard fun and one. And there and everywhere all rhymed. Great job, guys. So we talked rhyming words. They have the same ending sound, right? All right, so the last thing I said we were going to do is we're going to talk about a graph for things we see in the pond, all right? And journey with me and bear with me here. All right, so here's my graph, and it says what I like to look for at the pond. And here are my different options of things that you can look for at the pond. Right? There's lily pads, frogs, turtles, ducks, and fish. And what I want you to do is I want you to start thinking about what you like to look for when you ever visit a pond. Do you like to look at the fish or the ducks or the turtles or the frogs or the lily pads? Think about it. I think my favorite I would vote for is the ducks. I like feeding the ducks bread. All right, so think about it, and when we meet tomorrow for our Zoom meeting, I'm gonna ask you what your favorite thing to look for is, and I'm gonna add your name to my graph, and then we'll look at it all at the end, all right? So let's review the 4 things we did today. First, we talked about the Spanish and the sign language for duck. Who remembers what the Spanish for duck was? Right, it was pato or pata, depending on the type of duck. If it's a boy duck, pato, or a girl duck, pata. All right, and what is the sign language for duck? It looks like this, right? This looks like his beak opening and closing, and that's the sign language for duck. All right, the second thing we did was we talked about rhyming words, right? We rhymed with frog and found other words with that og ending, and we rhymed with fish and other words that had that ish ending sounds. And then we read One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish by Dr. Seuss and talked about more rhyming words that we heard in our story. And then the fourth thing that we did was we looked at our graph of what we like to see at the pond. And tomorrow, remember, we're going to talk about what you like to see, and we're going to add your name to our graph, and we'll count all our numbers up and see what our favorite things are to look for at a pond. All right? So, excuse me, that's all I have for today, and I will see you tomorrow on Zoom. So, all right, have a great rest of your night. Bye.